Okay, welcome back, guys. Today we are talking about one of my favorite subjects of all time, and that is the band Queensryche. And we're going to take a look at the guitar solo for I Don't Believe in Love from the classic Operation Mindcrime album. So this is the labor of love. Queensryche is right at the top of the Mount Rushmore of hard rock and metal bands for me. And this song in particular, I Don't Believe in Love, definitely a top 5 Queensryche song. It might even be number 1. It's hard to say. There's a bunch of songs in the running for that. But I love this song. I love everything about it. The guitar is amazing, the guitar riff. But today we're taking a look at the guitar solo. There's a little bit of a harmony part that I'll show you as well. And it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. This is a little bit of a challenging solo, but I think intermediate to advanced should be able to get this with a little practice. We are in standard tuning. Now, before we get started, make sure to check down below in the description box, because that's where you'll find the link to my Patreon page. That's where you get the tab and the Guitar Pro for this. There's also a backing track available that you can get for this over at Patreon. Right now, there's a free 7-day trial. So if you want to grab this and just check things out, be my guest, head over there. And there's a bunch of other stuff you can check out as well. I'm adding stuff every week. So also in the description box, there is a free gift just waiting for you to hit the download button. And it's called 5 Blistering Licks to Light Up Your Fretboard. Basically, it's a collection of 5 really cool licks from various guitar courses that I've done. And you get an Eddie Van Halen lick, and you get a George Lynch lick. There's a Marty Friedman style lick in there. There's a bunch of cool stuff. You can get the videos and everything. It's all free. Just make sure and check that out. You'll see the link for that as well. Okay, so let's get to it. The song is in the key of D minor, but for the solo, it modulates up a 4th to G minor. So if we count up the D minor scale, there's 1, that's our root, right? D minor, there's a D note, 1, 2, 3, that's our flat 3, and then 4 would be G. So that's what I say, it goes up a 4th. So we've got this kind of this that kind of a thing. It's right out of G Aeolian mode, if you know your modes, or you can just think of it as G natural minor scale. So if you know your minor scale, 3, 5, 6 on the low E, 3, 5, 6 on the A, 3, 5 on the D. Those notes is what we're using for the scale material over this. Now it starts out up in the 18th fret. You could think of this like the pentatonic shape at the 15th fret. We're going to bend out of the 18th fret on the B string. Just bend that up twice. Add a little vibrato, and then you get this lick. Now it sounds to me like it's kind of like, but I'm adding a little. So I'm going to show you that. And then if you want to simplify and just, you can do that. It's the same lick, basically. I'm just adding a slide, and I'm just adding a slide in there. So what I'm doing after the bends, and I'm going 16, 18, back to 16, hammer, pull, slide back to 15, hammer onto 16, pull off to 15, and then pull off 16 to 15 again. Okay, and then 17 on the G, 15 on the B, and then pull off from 17 to 15 on the G. So far we have and then we're going to bend 17 up a whole step and then release it and then pull off to 15 and then come back to 17 on the G. Okay, so not too bad, right? Whoops. Try that again. One more time. Okay, now we're going to go into this quick 16th note triplet run. It's all hammer-ons and no pull-offs at all, no picking, except for you just pick the first note on each string and you play this triplet pattern. So it goes 13, 15, 17 on the A, and then the D, and then repeat that. And then go to 14, 15, 17 G, and then back to 13, 15, 17 on the D. So far we have. And then do that again, 14, 15, 17, G, 13, 15, 17, D, and then we're going to climb 14, 15, 17, 15, 16, 18 on the B, and then 15 on the high E, and 18 on the B string. That's where it ends. Slow would sound like that. Quicker. You can add a little mute to it. All right, so that's that lick, 16th note triplets. Now, technically, this is where the other guitar player takes the second part of the solo. But the way I did it, I just kind of kept going with it, and then added in the harmony parts later. But live, this is where Chris DeGarmo would take over back in the old days. Michael Wild would do the first part, and then Chris DeGarmo would come in on this next part here. In any case, let's just go over the notes here, and you can figure out how you want to play it or divide it up. I'll show you the little harmony. There's not too much little harmony parts in a second. But here we go. We'll start at 15 on the high E, and then 15 on the B, and then 15 on the G. And you just give it a little dip. If you've got a bar, you pick the note and then dip it and then release. It's just a slight dip. Do the same thing on the B, same thing on the G. And then it's a hammer on 14 to 15 on the G, and then 17 on the B, on the D. Sorry, the D string. Now, if you wanted to, you could do the same thing down here, which would set you up for the next part nicely. If I was the only guitar player doing the solo, that's what I would do. I would play the run like that. And you'll hear on the recording I added that in because I think on the album there is a double of that, which is an octave lower. You just play the same thing here. It would be the 3rd fret on the high E, the B, and the G string. And then you're gonna go hammer 2 to 3 on the G, and then 5 on the D. Both of these guys play guitars with a floating trem, so probably a Floyd Rose, I'm guessing. But if you don't have one, you know, you'd probably just go. You could probably go. It's not quite the same thing though. Now the next lick goes, and this is 3/5 on the D, and then pull off 3-2 on the G string. Now it's going to start an ascending run right here, right after this. So it goes. Okay, so. And that's where the little harmony thing comes in. The run, so after we do this, we're going to play 3 on the low E, open A, 1st fret A, 3rd fret A, climbing right up to G minor scale, but this time we're using open strings. Open D, 1st fret D, 3rd fret G. So open G, 2-3 on the G. Okay, so and then comes the 8th note section, which is just basically a slow climb where you hear the harmony. And that's just 2-3-5 on the G string, 3-4-6 on the B string. Okay, now here's the first guitar part, the main guitar part, all the way up to the 22nd fret, and then 20th fret on the B string. So. And then we play this, and so you're at 20th fret. Then you're gonna go 16, 18, 16, slide back to 15 on the B string. So when you get back to 15, you hammer pull again, and then you land on 17 on the G string. So then we're going to go 15 on the B, slide back to 13, and then play 15 on the G. See me doing the vibrato with the bar. You could just do finger vibrato, no problem. Here then we're gonna go, and that's 15, 14 pull off. Well, actually not a pull off there. That's just picking, and then bend 15 up a whole step on the G, lower it, and that's where the hammer, or actually just be a pull off. 15 to 14 on the G, back to 15. So all of that is let's see if I got that right. Sorry, it's the other way. So so when you slide back 15 to 13 on the B, now you go 14, 15 on the G, and then bend that up a whole step, lower it, pull from 15 to 14, and then 15 again. That's what it is. Okay, and then we're almost there. Last lick. So now we're at 15, 16, 18 on the B. Back to 16. Back to 15. 17, 15 on the G. And then we're going to hammer on to 17 from 15, pull off, and then slide back to 14. And I actually picked that note on the 14th fret. Okay, and then the last thing you do is, and that's on the 17th fret and 18th fret, little trill. Make sure that's in time. You don't want to rush it. And you don't want to drag. Right? It needs to be nice and solid. And then you're back into the verse sections of the song. So let's take it from here. Actually, let me just run through the whole thing slow. So. A couple of things on the fingerings. I watched Michael Wilton do this live. He does this part down here. And then jumps up here to do that. I don't see any reason to do that. But if you want to, it's the same notes. Just find those notes in the high E string that you're playing on the B string. Okay, and that's the entire solo. Now, the harmony parts, just a couple of them here, mostly towards the second half of the solo. I already showed you the octave thing, and that's just if you want to play a higher or lower octave there. If you have two guitar players and you're covering the song, I would definitely recommend one person doing the higher octave. And the other guy doing... sound really cool. This is all the first guitar. Now here's where the harmony comes in. Okay, so that's the first guitar is just going 2, 3, 5 on the G string, and then 3, 4, 6 on the B string. And then the harmony guitar is just playing this. And that's just down a third. So I'm playing 3rd fret on the D, 5th fret on the D, 2, 3, 5 on the G, and then 3 on the B string. You could go, and that kind of makes more sense that you're heading up here anyway. But I'll just give you the notes. You can kind of work out the right fingering for you. And by the way, that's exactly what I do when I'm learning stuff to play live or to perform on YouTube or whatever. Most of the times I will use the fingerings that the original artist used if it works for me. But if it doesn't, or if it makes more sense to do something else, I'll do something else. It's the same notes, just played in different ways, different places on the guitar. That's the beautiful thing about the guitar. One of them anyway is that we can play the same note in many locations, even the same note in the same octave range. We have different options. So in this case, once again, 3, 5 D, 2, 3, 5 G, and then 3 on the B string. And then you're going to slide up to 15 on the high E, and then play 16 on the B. This is where the other guitar is going. So we're going. And then This is 13, I'm sorry, 15, hammer on to 17, pull off to 15, slide to 13. Hammer on to 15, pull off to 13, down to 11. So then 10, slide down to 8 on the high E, and then 11 on the B string. And now they're basically in harmony. I mean, in octaves here. In the same octave, I should say. They're playing the same notes on different places on the neck. And that's just 10, 11 on the B. Bend 11 up a whole step. Lower it. 11, 10, 11. So we'll go down to 3 on the B string. And that's 3, 4, 6, 4, 3. 5, 3 on the G, and then 3 hammer to 5, pull to 3, slide to 2. And then the trill goes here. And that's at the 5th and 6th fret on the high E string. All right, so here's the whole harmony part again. Try that again. And then you're back into the song. And that's it. That's the whole solo plus the harmony part, the octaves, whatever you want to call it. And it's a great solo. One of the better, I think every solo on Operation Mindcrime is really great, actually. And this is just another one. So there's so many good ones. I've covered quite a few of them. If you're new to my channel, make sure and do a search. I'll link you to at least one of them. But there's a bunch of stuff that I've done. The Mission, I've done Speak, and there's some other ones too, and some other Queensryche solos from different albums. But in any case, there you go. I Don't Believe in Love, solo from Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Rock on.